The king who is believed to have ordered the killing of two princes. King Richard III, the last English king killed in battle, was discovered within the site of the former Greyfriars Priory in Leicester, England in September 2012. Anthropological and genetic testing, the remains were ultimately reinterred at Leicester Cathedral on the 26th of March 2015. Now, I have been lucky enough to have received another expensive bundle of coins through the post sent to me by Essex Coins. Now, it's no secret that there are a few coins on my wish list that are currently out of reach for me to buy and to keep. But the perks of this job allow for such coins to grace my gloves ready to film and display for you all. And another one of those dream coins arrived today. Today's coin is a large silver medieval groat from the reign of Richard III. In a time of great war and anarchy, the smaller denominations are often minted on small flans and were produced in an extremely crude manner. The same can't be said for his larger and more expensive silver and gold coins, but unfortunately they all carry a higher premium. The example you see in front of you will be selling for £2,450, minted in London during the end of the 15th century. Richard III's coinage may be said to begin with the death of Edward IV on the 9th of April 1483. All will agree that he assumed powers as protector on the 5th of May, and it is evident that he lost no time in putting his mark on the coinage of the boy king, King Edward V. On the 26th of June he caused Edward to be deposed, alleging the infidelity of his father's marriage, and had himself proclaimed king. His coronation followed on the 6th of July, but his reign lasted little more than 2 years, ending with his death on the battlefield of Bosworth on the 22nd of August 1485. There is little documented evidence of his short reign. Only one indenture was concluded, 11 days after Richard's coronation, and in the words of Ruding, in 3 days afterwards the coins were, by indenture, appointed to be continued as the 5th year of King Edward IV. During the one parliament that was held in King Richard's reign, only a small proportion of the statute enacted related to his coinage, and that was concerned with correcting abuses of the coinage in Ireland. But why are they so expensive? This coin display was listed for £2,450, and as medieval groats go, is out of the remit for most new collectors. We are able to answer this question by looking at mint records that were published by the late Miss Ethel Stokes in the Numismatic Chronicles for 1929. These records show the exact weight of both gold and silver used in minting during Richard's 2-year reign, and if we compare them to that of Edward IV's second reign, are incredibly low. The records show that between July 1483 to September 1484 they coined 913 pounds of gold and 9,189 pounds of silver during the same period. Many of the smaller denominations were crudely made, and those who have a keen eye can purchase a cheap penny that has been misidentified perhaps on Facebook or on eBay. But these larger groats are often in better condition and are complete with full legends that display Richard's name and his angry-looking medieval bust. Although very similar, when compared to the other groat, the groats of Richard III, they are very distinctive, and like many of the coins shown on this channel, is on my wish list. The legend surrounding his portrait translates to Richard by the grace of God, King of England and France, and the Irish title wasn't implemented onto the legends until the reign of Henry VIII. On the reverse we have the beautiful long cross pate, the double concentric legends within outer circles. The outer legend translates to the very commonly used religious propaganda of I have made God my helper, and the inside reads Civitas London, displayed the city it was minted in, London. The princess in the tower refers to the apparent murder in England in the 1480s of the deposed King Edward V of England and Richard of Shrewsbury, Duke of York. These two brothers were the only sons of King Edward IV and Elizabeth Woodville, surviving at the time of their father's death in 1483. When they were 12 and 9 years old respectively, they were lodged in the Tower of London by their paternal uncle and all-powerful regent Duke of Gloucester. This was supposedly in preparation for Edward V's forthcoming coronation. However, before the young king could be crowned, he and his brother were declared illegitimate. Gloucester ascended the throne as Richard III. It is unclear what happened to the boys after the last recorded sighting of them in the tower. It is generally assumed that they were murdered. A common hypothesis is that they were killed by Richard in an attempt to secure his hold on the throne. their deaths may have occurred sometime in 1483, but apart from their disappearance, the only evidence is circumstantial. And since then, 2 boys' remains have been found underneath a stairwell during works made in the Tower of London. But the Queen has decided not to do any further investigation into these bodies, as they have been through so much already, and without the need to dig them up and do lots of testing on 2 young, innocent boys, we can only assume that these were the remains of the 2 young princes. So it was a pleasure to record, study and show you this Richard III Groat today, and was the proud custodial carer for it for 1 week. Be sure to let me know what coins you'd like to see on the channel, and if you have a Richard III, let me know down below. And as always, keep collecting.